Hey guys, welcome back. This is Ty with another video for you. And tonight what I thought I would do is show you a book that I've had forever. Not forever, but since 1982. I got this right when it came out. Now, this is not my original copy of this book. Within the last move, I actually seem to have lost it. And I was able to find another copy of it on Amazon. You can see there it's still got the sticker on the back. But just to, it's called, it's by the Editor's Consumer's Guide. It's called How to Win Video Games. Now, I don't know if this is the same book that was in The King of Kong. I don't think it's the same. It's a similar book. But this came out back in the day, and you'll see it here. This is almost impossible to find online, by the way, if you don't know the ISBN number. So I'm going to give it to you right here. It's ISBN 0671 458 418. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of set that up so you guys can... So if I put it right there, it's good. Okay. Yeah, so I got this, in 1982, which makes me 7 years old at the time when I got this, and I hardly got to play in the arcades. Most of the time was like playing at the grocery store, while my mother was doing grocery shopping. I lived out in the country, kind of, rural upstate New York. That's where I live right now, too. And so there weren't a lot of like big arcades. There were, one or two or three or four games in the grocery store or the drugstore, wherever you might be, the department store. But yeah, so here's the book, and it's a pretty basic. Just talks about strategies for the game, and it's kind of interesting because here they say we've been doing a lot of talking. We've been talking face-to-face with video experts from New York, Chicago, Austin, and San Jose. We've been making long-distance phone calls, lots of them, to video manufacturers and tournament champions. And we've been hitting the arcades every day, playing games and talking nonstop with owners and players and spectators. There's a lot of information out there, folks, and you're holding on to the best information right now in your hands. Let's see here. It's talking about different types of video games. There was a point where it actually says something like that they don't know, everything here. But anyway, so it covers, games from pretty much around, 1981, 1982 mostly. I mean, it does, let's see, it does Ms. Pac-Man, and it does Pac-Man too, right? Yeah, Pac-Man. So it's really actually a very good book. The artwork is great in this thing. You got to think about back in 1982, they weren't doing this on like computers like they make things today. I mean, there was a computer involved, but not like computers are used today. How easy it is to make something, even on a computer, it was difficult to do it. And you'll see here, like the centipede graphics. It's all I don't know if it's hand drawn. I don't know how it was drawn, but it looks like a lot like the graphics in the game. Although you can see that it was drawn either on a computer or by hand. So it talks about all the like there, that defender shot there is you can see the defender ship is colored differently, shaped a little differently, but it's got it's really well diagrammed, and you even have a control panel for defender there. But what I really want to talk about is Donkey Kong, and it's so funny. The perspective of this book, and I remember reading this thing when I was a kid, and it's just funny to think about. It kind of takes you back, but it talks about just the basic strategy of the game. But the funny part is when you get to, okay, let's see, it pretty much, it's not doing. They don't do point pressing. I don't know if this is before or after anybody realized that there was a kill screen in Donkey Kong. So, mostly it just talks about how to get through the patterns. Use these patterns to make it to the next stage. It's not really talking about pressing all the points. But the funny thing was on the KLV forums, they were talking about the items that they retrieve. Excuse me, I think I'm gonna sneeze. No, it's gone now. They were talking about what the Pauline's items in the game, and I'm just trying to find the point where they say what they are. Very funny. Okay, I think it's before here. Okay. Why do I not see this? Because now I was looking at it and it says what they are. Okay, here we go. Now we all nowadays know what the items in Donkey Kong are, but in here it's very funny. So it says prizes: telephone, lunch pail, and umbrella. Now, of course, they got the umbrella right, because how could you tell the umbrella is wrong? But they call her purse a telephone, and the hat a lunch pail, which is really funny. I kind of, when I was a kid, I used to think it was a tank. This is it right here. They've even drawn it. It looks pretty darn close. But when they drew the purse, they drew it to look like a telephone. It's hilarious. Let me see if I can get in close so you guys see. I'm going to use my lens on this. So here, there, you see it's a telephone, and there's the hat. They say it's a lunch pail. I'm still trying to figure out how that's a lunch pail, the way they drew it. But you see, the drawing's really quite good. Considering it does really emulate the way the game looks. The funniest thing about this, though, is the way they drew Donkey Kong. That's Crazy Kong right there. There's the Crazy Kong Donkey Kong. The Donkey Kong you see on the how high you can get screen. Which makes me wonder if when the guy was drawing this, if he was actually going off of a Crazy Kong when he's doing it. So that's really quite interesting. I'm going to take this lens back off. So yeah, so there's the basic, it talks about the things. And so let's, so like here they got the ramp pattern. And so they say, number one, barrels usually are rolling down the ramps at times. However, they can turn on their sides and pummel down or across ladders. You can jump rolling barrels. Barrels turns on their sides will kill you quickly. Avoid them. Some barrels will track and kill you, especially if you're under or on a ladder. Beams, these are blue. They act similarly to barrels, which I'm assuming they're talking about the flaming barrels. Furnace, oil can, or fire pit. Ignore this. All it does is produce a fireball. Beams. Oh, those must. Oh, the blue ones. They're the barrels full of gunpowder. Okay, and then fireball. If you're quick enough, you can ignore the fireball. It only enters the game if you delay or run backwards. Then watch out, it burns. Okay, so here we go. So it just talks about, and you'll see here. Actually, further on, they'll talk about here's the best pattern to take to go up, and to win. Now the funny thing is that it actually, if you're watching Steve, I can't even think of his name right now. Steve Wiebe, or well, I can't think of the other guy from King of Kong, but they say that going up, I think it was Steve Wiebe in one of his videos that this ladder is actually easier to go up. Yeah, so it's just funny because they give you these patterns. I remember as a kid, I can't lose if I just do this pattern, and then of course look at this pattern. It's ridiculous. You think you can remember that pattern? It's because they got the green and the blue, the green and the red and the. See, that's it. Red and I say blue pattern, but it's green. So yeah. So yeah, they got these different patterns. Now this one actually works pretty good, doing that right there. That's a pretty. If you want to just finish the level, that's a quick way to finish it. Of course, you're missing out on a lot of points. So. Covers a lot of other games. Oh, the Pac-Man one is good, because the Pac-Man one actually is pretty good here. It actually does show patterns that work pretty well, right there. I mean, they don't, but of course they don't tell you. I mean, if you use the what they suggest in here, you'll never be able to beat the world record, because you have to have a perfect game, and they don't really do it's not a perfect game. They don't try. They're not telling you to get every ghost. So yeah, but it's pretty interesting right there. I think it's a great game, and it does also talk about a few up and coming games at the end. Here we go. Yeah, so they talk about Eliminator by Sega Gremlin, Hyperball by Williams, Mousetrap, and I was like, Mousetrap? I can't believe Mousetrap didn't come out in 1982. And Stargate. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this book. I'm not going to read the whole book to you guys. If you're looking for one, use the ISBN number. It's on Amazon, used obviously. It's no longer in print. It's just an interesting read. I mean, obviously the information here is outdated in terms of the best strategies for beating these games, but it's interesting to see it from the perspective of people in 1980s, of how to, you know, score well in these games before the internet, and where people could share everything on the planet so easily. So that's it. I just want to show you guys this book. It's a favorite of mine. I had to find it again. I couldn't believe I had lost it. I was like, I'd gone all over the place. I searched my parents' house all over the place, and I still couldn't find it. So fortunately, after searching the internet for a long time, over months, actually it's probably almost a year, where I came back and I looked again, and finally I did find this book. So I was pretty happy to find it. And probably someday I will be going through some of my stuff and I'll find my original copy. But at least I've got it again, because I hadn't actually read it in a long time. So guys, that's it for this video, and I'll have a bunch more videos coming up. Right now it is freezing in my basement. It's outside. It's been sub-zero temperatures this whole week, and so right now I'm in the basement right now and I'm freezing. But it's the only place I can really record a video without a lot of noise going on, you know, having kids and stuff. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll have more videos. And what else am I going to be doing? Might as well show you little things that are going on here. I'm going to take the camera out. Alright, yeah, so here's the Mortal Kombat 4, and in the mail I got 2 IL blue Euro sticks. I'm going to be putting that in the cabinet here. If you look at the flyer for this game, in the photographs of the flyer, it actually had blue T-molding and blue joysticks, and it was Iconoclast 518 that actually, or Broodwitch, my friend James, who pointed it out to me, and it really looks quite nice. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to have blue sticks in it, and I got to take the panel up. I got to clean underneath it. It's in pretty good shape. I mean, it's got, you know, the regular scratches in it. You can see, you know, just the regular, nothing super scratched up on it. But between the plexi and the control panel, there's some dirt. I need to take it up and I need to clean it out. So when I take the joysticks out, and it's just been so cold down here, I don't feel like doing it. Also, guys, what I would like to know, if you could leave a comment if you're this far into the video, if you want me to do more live streaming. I only did one live streaming, and that was for the contest to win the Sengoku cartridge for the Neo Geo. You know, the quality is not fantastic when I'm doing it, but you know, if you guys want to see when I'm actually, you know, in the arcade and I'm playing a game, which, to be honest with you, I don't do a lot of playing games in the arcade as much as I do fixing them, and it seems to be more of my hobby is to fix them. I do like to play them too, but really I tend to be fixing them more often. I'm thinking that probably I would be doing next monitor cap kit I do, I'll probably live cast a good portion of it. Now I might have to go on and off, because, you know, when I go to cap a monitor, it's not something I can do, you know, in a few minutes. And normally when I'm doing it, I'll record a section and I'll stop and I'll go back. But you know, when you've got kids, sometimes you have to, like, you know, I'll just take a little time here. I'll be working on it. So if I do live casting of it, it'll be like, okay, I'm going to start. I'll live cast some, and if I have to leave, I'll turn live casting off. But you know, I'll leave the live cast open to everybody in the public. So if anybody wants to come into my live cast when I'm doing it, you'll be able to come on. You'll be able to talk with me. But if you think it's good, I mean, the quality is not going to be as good on the videos, because it's not, you know, because it's live. It's going to be lower quality. But I figured I would ask you guys if you want me to do that, and I'll probably talk about it in a separate video too, because it's at the end here. I don't know if you guys are going to even catch it. Most guys, I think, you probably come off the video before then. But yeah, so here's the Mortal Kombat. I've got my big huge light on there, which keeps it bright when I don't have the games on. I can just click it off. But here we go. Here's a little. See, not much has really changed down here. It's just been cold. So cold that I haven't really been doing much. And my microwave broke last week, and I started to work on it, and I pulled it apart, and it turns out that the parts that were in it cost more than it would have been to buy a discontinued 2-year-old microwave that was floor model at the local department store. So I picked one up at Boscov's. If you guys know Boscov's, it's kind of like a Macy's. And I got actually a really nice microwave. It's a over-the-range one. That's the one I was replacing for $100. It was $110 or something like that when I was done. So it really did make sense to continue working on that. But as part of that, I saved some of the stuff from the original microwave, and you're going to see a project that I'm making using that old microwave parts. I mean, I threw almost everything away, but you'll see. And I think you'll think it's pretty cool. It's definitely arcade related in terms of arcade repair. So I will be doing that in the near future. All right. Oh, and then I also while I was shopping from Paradise Arcade, I got 2 black buttons. Where's my second one? Oh, there it is. And these are for the Virtual Boy cabinets. I'm only going to be doing that first one cabinet because I really don't have the money to do all of them at once. The only thing that's really annoying is that when I ordered them, I forgot to check off that I wanted cherry switches, and I ended up getting zippies, which I'm not a huge fan of zippies. You can see they're black. And it's not the color that is, the fact that they're not gold plated like the cherry switches are. If you buy the IL sticks, though, they came with cherry switches on them. Just make sure whoever you're ordering it from, so that they do indeed have the ILs have cherries on them. But yeah, these IL sticks, they're fantastic. I love them. Yeah, so, and actually I got these on sale. Right now they're on sale for $10 a stick, so you can't beat $10 for an IL joystick. They really are great joysticks. So, you know, guys, and you can see right here, let me show you my receipt. Whoop. From Paradise Arcade Shop. So right there, getting close. Whoop. So, see right there, blue IL Euro sticks. What was the price? Oh, $10. $20 total. So yeah. And then the buttons were $2 each, and they were IL concave ones. Now, you know, if I were doing this on anything else, I would be using the IL competition buttons, which I really like these. But on the Virtual Boy, it's more of a pinball interface. You know, I want a little more retro look to it, so yeah, so I use the convex buttons like are on this. This is gonna need some work on these buttons because some of them are pretty rough. The buttons are fine; they really just need new micro switches. But sometimes it's just cheaper to buy the whole thing with the micro switch in it, because the actual micro switch, if you buy a cherry micro switch, they can cost you, you know, $2 a switch, and you can buy a button for like $1.80 or whatever the price is. So yeah. Actually, they were $2, but that came with the zippies. I got to figure out what I'm going to do on that, but it's not important now. I've got a whole box full of switches, so yeah. So that's it, guys. I kind of lingered on with this video, but I'll have more stuff to show you. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll be back.